I never thought I'd be the kind of person to suspect my own wife. We had been married for 7 years, living in a modest suburban home that felt warm and familiar. Our life wasn't perfect, but I trusted her completely. Or at least I thought I did. It started with small, almost insignificant things. She would get calls late at night and step outside, whispering softly. Her phone would vibrate constantly, and she'd hide the screen from me. At first, I chalked it up to work stress or an overbearing client. But the feeling in my gut kept growing heavier. One Friday evening, I returned from a work trip earlier than expected. I wanted to surprise her with dinner and a bottle of wine she loved. As I stepped inside, I noticed the hallway lights dimmed and the curtains drawn. Odd, but maybe she wanted a cozy evening. I called her name. No response. Then I heard a muffled laugh from the living room. I froze. The laugh wasn't hers. It was deeper, unmistakably masculine. My pulse quickened. I crept toward the doorframe and peeked inside. There he was, a man I had never seen before, lounging on our sofa like he owned the place. My wife, smiling and relaxed, was sitting next to him, her hand lightly brushing his arm. The world tilted. I could feel my knees weaken. I stepped back quietly, not wanting to make a scene, but my mind raced. How long had this been going on? How many times had she invited him here, hidden in the place we shared? I waited until they both left the room. My wife didn't even notice me at the doorway. That's when I started digging. At first, I was careful, pretending everything was normal. I watched her patterns, her messages, the way she answered calls. Then I found it. A spare key taped under the kitchen sink. Notes on her phone I couldn't ignore. Names, places, times. Each one pointing to him. The next evening, I confronted her. Calmly. Carefully. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I just said, "We need to talk. Now." She froze. Her eyes went wide, and for the first time, I saw fear. Not fear of me, but fear of being caught. She tried to lie, saying it was just a friend visiting. But I had seen enough. I told her I knew about him. The secret calls, the hidden key, everything. Her composure faltered. That night, she tried to convince me it was temporary, that it meant nothing, that she loved me. But I had seen the way they laughed together on our couch, the casual intimacy that belonged only to people in love. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I watched her panic as I calmly laid out what I knew. Then I did something I never imagined I would. I followed the trail of his visits. Cameras in our home, once ignored as home security, showed the patterns, the nights he sneaked in, the long, lingering conversations, the closeness. Every image was a dagger. Over the next week, I collected evidence meticulously. Screenshots, timestamps, even the GPS location of their meetings. I knew if I confronted her again without proof, it would be dismissed, twisted, denied. But with proof, there could be no escape. Finally, the confrontation became inevitable. I told her to meet me in the living room. The man was there again, unsuspecting. I had waited until he showed up, knowing the truth would hit harder with both of them present. I walked in calm, collected, holding the stack of evidence in my hands. Her boyfriend froze. My wife's face went pale. I didn't shout. I didn't storm. I simply said, "I know everything. Every call, every visit, every lie." They tried to speak, but I held up my hand. "Save it. I trusted you. I gave everything to this marriage. And you hid someone else in our home." The weight of my words sank into the room. My wife's lips trembled, and for the first time, I saw genuine shame. He looked angry, like he had no idea how serious this was. I didn't want revenge. I wanted clarity. I wanted honesty. I told them both to leave, immediately, and never come back. I secured the doors, changed the locks, and sat alone in the silence of what used to be a home filled with laughter and comfort. The betrayal burned, but it also clarified something for me. I would never allow anyone to treat me as secondary in my own life. Weeks passed. I sorted through memories, gifts, and photographs. Every trace of the man and my wife's deception was removed. The emptiness was heavy, but there was also a sense of relief, a strange peace. I realized I was free from the lies, free to rebuild a life where trust was earned and respected. And in that quiet, I found strength I didn't know I had. The man, the betrayal, the hidden life, it all became a lesson in resilience. I didn't let bitterness take over. I didn't seek revenge. I reclaimed my home, my mind, and my dignity. If there's one thing I learned from finding my wife's secret affair hidden in our home, it's this: betrayal cuts deep, but it doesn't define you. How you respond does. Stand tall, protect your peace, and never let someone else's deception steal your life. If you've been through betrayal or know someone who has, don't stay silent. Share this story, subscribe for more real-life relationship exposés, and learn how to reclaim your life when trust is broken.